Yeah, they got a whole goth mommy thing going in there. Honestly, we're probably
Yeah,
safer
well, I
out
love
here
the-
to avoid.
Yeah.
But you want to see that?
Yeah. I'll go take a look. I don't mind.
Okay, you got anything on you?
Yeah, I got one of these, but I like to keep it to defend myself just in case.
Okay, typically I'd say no to that, but you know what? Whatever. Come on.
Yeah. 3-time mayor, no felonies. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I am going to remind you that you are entering a verbal and implied contract that you are responsible for your own safety and will not hold us responsible should that knife get in the wrong hands and in a feat of like irony be used against you. Do not come at me for that. I am tired of drama. I need one day, please.
Scotty. I've yelled at you once. All right?
Yeah, that's true. You know, look, I'm
but
not
I'm
worried
still
about you
here,
shaming me
right?
up. Hey, you're still here, huh?
Yeah.
Look, the world's a flat place. We all end up together eventually.
Well, it's not flat, but...
Well, it obviously is, or the ocean would fall off the bottom, so...
Well,
yeah, they're doing like a goth mommy thing. I don't know, something where the lifers are dressing up as hot goth mommies, and they're like biting each other or something. I don't really know what's going on. I've been doing phone calls. Hello, guys. We got a special guest, the mayor of Los Santos.
How's everyone doing?
Nino
Good to
Chavez,
see you.
Yo,
Nino.
Nino.
Hey.
See you again.
Hey, good to see you.
Your pants.
All right.
So how's the goth mommy thing going? Who's winning?
We have one more contestant, and then the elimination round.
I thought there were 2 more contestants.
Oh, is there? Oh, there's 2. All right, next contestant, come on up. Yeah.
Abigail.
Yeah. Wait, who? Oh.
Now, man, we can't come to the front. We don't have this roof like that.
Howdy, Abigail.
I'm so sorry about this.
Sorry about what? Wait.
Oh, I don't know. Should I be sorry about something?
Hi.
What would you like to know?
Just be sorry that your girl's gonna pick someone else.
Here, we come here right now.
What should I ask, AJ?
Yeah, Nino, just to catch you up,
Yeah.
Yui and Quentin are dating, and it's just like an insane relationship.
Oh.
Ask her
and
about
apparently
her-
Yui might be interested in one of the goth mommies, so there's a lot of drama going on
If I
there.
needed help
Oh,
with my
Jesus.
food, would you be able to help?
Quentin's crash out is gonna be amazing.
Oh, damn it. He's going to ICU the hell out of himself. You'll see.
Okay, I do need a little bit of authority, so that's a good answer. I notice you're wearing sunglasses. What color are your eyes?
I would give my trust to get to see that.
All right, well that's something for me to work towards, I guess. Is your hair naturally purple?
No,
Yeah, you know, maybe we have that conversation.
Okay. Are you naturally
Yeah,
blonde?
you want to go do that?
Yeah.
Okay, come on.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
All right.
Good. Okay, good.
What do you say we take it the mad scientist route, do it in the laboratory?
Ooh, I love it. All right. All right.
Little change of scenery, huh?
Ooh, all right. Look at this. The muscular system. All right, look at that. You know, it's right. A lot of learning stuff. Oh, the human
You can see
brain.
what the inside of a foot looks like.
Yeah. That's some stuff in there. Ligaments and joints. Oh. All right. Okay. All right. So, Scotty, how you doing?
Oh, yeah, doing just fine.
All right.
You know, another day, another dollar. Doing all right. I just got my paycheck, 12 grand, huh?
Yeah, that's not bad. That's not
3
bad.
weeks of work.
Oh, what the fuck?
Oh, yeah, we make about $600 an hour, $500 after tax.
You know, you should be getting paid more than, in a perfect world, if I was the mayor of Blaine County. Wait a minute. We'll wait 2.5 months. The sheriff's department would be paid $3,500 an hour, and the DOC would be paid $3,500 an hour.
Well, we don't live in a perfect world, right? I mean, obviously, we'd want to double world hunger just so our senior bun stock would do better. But for the time being, I know the sliders maxed out. They're doing what they can, and I know we're setting up
a slider for DOC. Okay, it's not like an enterable thing. Okay.
Yeah, no, and we're working on like a clock-in system to get a little extra out of the DOJ. So soon enough, we'll be getting paid.
Love it.
A little bit.
Love
more.
it.
Yeah. So, Nino, what's been going on with you? What's the latest?
Scotty wants to double world hunger. Who the fuck is Connor Lancaster?
Did he text you that? Because that's him right there.
Oh, let's go somewhere a little bit more secure.
Yeah, okay. Beep, beep.
All right. Oh, it's a good thing you didn't pull my pants down there, Scotty, while he was watching.
Well,
I could have got a lot of money out of that.
It's a dating thing. Oh,
okay. I'm not going to unpack that. All right, come on, Nino.
Yeah.
Going to, catch it.
That's actually.
Do you want to drive up to the windmills?
Yeah, sure. Come on.
I'm a big
car than me. Let's do that.
I'm a big fan of like scenery. You know what I mean?
Yeah, me too.
Oops. Yeah, I saw the.
That's all right.
Yeah.
that's fine. Whatever. Well, look at this.
Yeah. Cost me, I think, 400,000. It's fucking steal.
What? Did you just say a 4 and then 2 zeros and then a comma and then more numbers after all of that so far?
Yep. Wait, that's 400,000 is not a lot. Yeah, I this is the only purchase I've made throughout my entire mayorship. Would you believe it?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's that's the fiscal responsibility we look from our leadership.
Well, I have, believe it or not, like, because I've had a lot of allegations come my way, right? Nino's power hungry, Nino's this and that. And anytime I'm like, okay, well, name one thing. I live in the south side in a house I purchased from my business like over a year ago. And then this car, that's it. Yeah.
Not too shabby. Yeah, I just got myself a grime truck the other day. Feeling pretty on top of things. Yeah.
Actually, that's where I was G6. G6 where I made most of my money way back when.
Yeah. Well, the reason I got it, candidly, is because you can stand in the back with a wiretap device. That's the main reason.
Oh, right.
Yeah, drive-by wiretapping is a good way to get some dirt on people.
Yep. Yep. All right. Let's go. Where's the good? There's that over there. I'm trying to find like a nice angle. You know what I mean? Like the kids say, cinema.
I think that was, what was his name? Scorsese. He's not a kid to you, right, Nino?
What did he say, cinema?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
He's a big cinema guy.
Yeah, I like...
You ever seen The Departed?
I love I'm from Boston. Of course I've seen The Departed.
Oh, yeah. Car keys, huh?
Yeah, the car keys. All right. This isn't amazing, but it's not bad either.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Works for me.
All right.
You ever thought about getting one of those thermoses or something for your coffee? It's got to get cold eventually.
It is. Yeah, it's just kind of masked like a, the thing is I drink it. I've got a bit of a oral fixation. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I heard that about Mike Tyson too.
He does. Yeah, he likes to bite his glove. Big part of why he bit the air.
Yeah, he really bit it in that fight. That's for sure.
I'm a nipple nibbler too. I like.
Okay, well.
Yeah.
Look, Nino, I appreciate this meeting, but what is it that you want? Because
Yeah.
Suki and I, we kind of have a thing going on, and I just.
I'm straight. It's
Okay. Well, the prison has.
I also don't really sleep with women in San Andreas. It's kind of like a,
It's always good to have boundaries.
Exactly. And what's better than boundary water?
Hey, you're not wrong.
So
I glued the soap to the floor in the showers, and I just didn't want you to get the wrong impression. So sorry about that.
I mean, even if I did swing that way, it's I never have a relationship, like I said, in San Andreas, because I've had a rule where I sleep with somebody once. And in fact, I used to have a guy named Cameron, and he used to maintain my black book. Name, photograph, phone number. In the event I accidentally almost sleep with somebody for a second time, and that created like natural boundaries, right? Like an understanding. Because, people catch feelings and you're not interested. There's a, 25% chance they become a stalker and, they get in the way of conducting business. Oh, whole thing. So.
Oh, yeah.
But,
So, Nino, how can I help you? I talked to Michael a little bit earlier today. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I actually don't know the context of this.
What? Oh, wait, what?
Oh, Quantum called me. He's like, oh, yeah, me, Michael, and Scotty had a conversation.
Okay.
Maybe you can talk. Like, I thought you wanted to talk about something.
Okay, well, I thought you wanted to talk about something, but I always want to talk about something because I am what they call a yapper. So
I'm the yapper. I'm the
yapper. No, I'm like the main yapper. I'm like one of the big yappers.
Oh, shit. I love a yapper. You know what I mean? It's why we're here in the city. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, it's not about shooting and getting in vehicles and like erping and shit. You know what I mean? It's all about yapping.
The whole thing is just to chat and say say weird stuff about having sex with Pokemon or whatever. Yeah. So look, I'm in a bit of a pickle right now, but I think it's a pickle that's going to turn back into a cucumber. I think everything's going to be resolved. But it's always nice to have safety nets and backups and contingencies, right? So initially, with the DOC, our legislation that bound the marshals and the DOC, it provided ultimate authority over Bolingbroke, over the prison, to the DOC. We were granted ultimate authority. And then below that, and a secondary position was the marshals. Over the night, sometime in September, with no notice, no warning, and no conversation, that was flipped to where marshals have ultimate jurisdiction in the prison. Which, given the initial, I don't know, back and forth between the marshals and DOC, wasn't really problematic. Not a big deal. I like the marshals from the perspective of like working together. I know that there's probably like history with, PD and stuff. And since you head up the PD, I know that there's some stuff there, but they've always helped out the DOC. But there's always a what if, right? There's always that looming feeling.
Yeah.
Right? And so recently we had a situation where Matthew Colby, as you know, I told you about it, he broke out of prison, right? I had 6 people with Desert Eagles pointed at my face. And I mean, you could punch a grapefruit-sized hole through somebody with that, right? So I'm not going to, be able to fight all of them off. I got suspended for a week, and I had to provide a statement. No one came to me for a statement. I had to beg 4 police officers to put out a warrant for him because nobody did that for 2 days. Yeah. This is while I'm suspended.
Whoa. What the fuck? Okay, please keep going. And I want to tell you what I heard.
Oh, no. There's I got like 15 different things on this mental list. Then when I confronted about that, and I want to stay focused on that for a second.
What?
When I confronted on that, they said, well, there's probably paperwork that they had to do to make sure that, if that warrant, blah, 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 goes south, that they got the backing for it. He's a lifer. He's in prison for pushing, I think it's 25 college students in a bus off of a cliff. So I don't know that there really needs to be a warrant when he's known to have fled a prison. We got his information, right?
Yeah.
So, okay, whatever. I don't care if their argument holds water or not. That doesn't matter. During that time when I was suspended, I got very close to the people that broke him out. That was Edgar De Castillo, Jay Hobbs, and Brandon Valentino. And they realized that I was on their case. And so they held me hostage And Nino, the back shots that they gave me were insane. I couldn't walk right for a week. I mean, they just passed me back and forth, and when one was done, the next one would finish. I mean, it was awful. Like I could not walk. And, the police obviously arrived, I'm in a pool of blood, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I'm able to identify them, all that stuff. And basically nothing came of that, I don't think. I don't believe, which whatever is fine.
Yeah.
But then I am continued to be suspected of doing something after I'm shot by these people. And then on top of that, what was the other thing? Oh, yeah. They catch J. Hobbs. They catch Future Hendrix. Both of these people were partially responsible. They were there with the Desert Eagles, right? J. Hobbs was able to take a member of DOC hostage. And this is while I'm suspended, so I wasn't there to prevent any of this. The police negotiated to release him. Just let him free. Cut him loose. Let him out of the prison.
Right. This was just a couple days ago, right? Like 5 days ago?
I'm going to say, about 5 days ago.
Yeah, they got slaughtered.
Hendrix,
yeah.
Wait, what was that?
This is when they got slaughtered, right? Pos,
no,
in
that
the
might be the other one. You mean where they entered his time wrong and he just left in the middle of the night?
Oh,
that was
no.
Future.
Just out of curiosity, when you were getting passed around, did you hear the phrase pos?
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, I got a whole ass bulletin board app thing that I've been doing little like push pins with lines between everybody. The whole thing started with Edgar de Castillo murdering AK and murdering Aaliyah. And apparently Matt was friends with AK in the prison and wanted to go visit the grave. And I guess one of AK's last wishes, from what Matt said, was for Matt to be able to visit the grave at least or something. And so Edgar worked to make that happen. I'm still kind of confused by the motivations of people in this, but pos is kind of that's like an Edgar staple.
Probably same with us from the sound of it.
Yeah, no joke. And I know that, one of those people said that you had a run in with Edgar as well. So
we're
both.
It was very odd. Edgar imagined things and held me. I don't know. He's had a hot on for me for like a minute. I never could quite understand it. But when he shot me, it was a consequence of he had already been planning to do so for some time, based on I don't know, fairy tales and being manifested in whatever fucking rotting corpse he's got in his brain.
Yeah, from my talks with him, he seems like one of those kind of Grimm's fairy tale types. He's always spinning a yarn up in that noggin. But basically, the police allowed 2 prisoners to leave the prison, right? Oh, and also that second person, Future, that was charged incorrectly, they implicated me in the report on that and said Scotty Barb was a suspect. I have no evidence to prove that, though, which that's defamation.
Typical police. Yeah.
Well, so all of that, and eventually, I get my chance to have my interrogation, and I couldn't really get a lawyer to back me up, so it ended up being Peach and Carmine, which I got to be honest, I thought I was going away for life. But you know what? We got through it. I was cleared of all wrongdoing, and I got my job back. Then after, apparently through miscommunication, the marshals told me that they were going to open an authority conduct review on me for the loss of Matt after I was cleared. They also were really going at me for, wanting to take the DOC down to the sewers, with the proper precaution, gas masks, the whole thing.
Why is that a problem?
Narrative. It's not a problem. It's not illegal. I explained that it's not illegal, but they were saying, "Oh, this is inhumane for you to take them down here."
What
we might
was
get you
it?
for this.
Who said that? Dark?
No, it was Barrett and Oshira. And I don't I don't have problems with anybody personally. I mean, Barrett did send me a fake subpoena just to scare me and showed up with a tank and said he was watching me a week before I got suspended. But it's been kind of, an inch by inch, right? To the point of what happens when they do a mile, right? And one day they snap. You know, there was a period of time where the marshals were thinking they were going to get disbanded. And I was told by a couple of them that they were thinking about taking tanks and using the prison as a forward operating base. Under the jurisdiction that we have now, we can't stop them from that.
Wait, when did you hear this?
It was probably about a month ago. I mean, it was a long time ago. And it
Was
could have
this
just been
after
like
I got rid of
shit
him?
talkers. Yeah, probably around then. Yeah, kind of makes sense. Well, look, all of this to say that during my review of the legislation, once again, I realized this could be a problem if the marshals have ultimate authority in the prison.
I agree.
And then the final straw, the marshals, since all of this, have decided they want to have a person on the inside. They want a DOC member that is a marshal, which just off the rip makes them
Why?
the highest authority. They're the warden, right? I mean, they have ultimate authority.
I don't understand. So, okay, keep going.
So basically, a bunch of people in my department have been ratting on me as hell to
Why?
the DOJ
Why
and
are
the
people
marshals for
staying
all
in their
kinds of stuff
lane?
that
I'm
they've
so
mistold
confused.
and misremembered and said in the worst possible way. And so the DOJ and the marshals,
There's attempts to
I
fix
feel like,
things
are coming from a place
backwards,
of concern and doing the right thing. But at the same time, sometimes it's almost too much, to the point where it might impact our ability to function as a team if I'm constantly having to bat down accusations.
Of course, you're being told that you need. There's red tape being created.
Right. And so I filed an audit on that legislation on the 19th. I don't know if that's right. Whatever the day, the new legislation that got pushed through on the docket.
Very familiar.
I filed an audit on the initial legislation the day before. I paid $50,000, and I was not told that legislation was getting pushed through the next day.
Yep. And they did something that I would argue is the most egregious thing that has happened. That actually is something that I'm still very concerned of, and is something that when I next meet with the justices we'll bring up, because quite frankly, they must entertain that audit. And I don't give a fuck how long they've been working on something. There's a problem, right? And I'm just going to shoot straight, right? I like Arcadia. I think she's fantastic. I think Faulkner is still learning things.
Yeah.
The rest, I do not genuinely believe they understand their job or the very principles by which our society, how the United States created the Constitution, like Greek philosophy, Roman philosophy, the philosophy of how the United States Constitution came into play. When they are ignoring, they are the highest form of law in the land, right?
Yeah.
You used the legal recourse, a foundational. You did a very foundationally, legal audit. For them to ignore that because, well, we were working on this already, is an emotional reaction, right?
Yeah.
They need to first entertain your legal democratic right as a citizen of San Andreas. They need to address that contest first, just like everyone else in the city must. And only then can they come in and introduce an alteration.
Okay.
Now, lucky for you,
yeah,
right? I already brought some of this up, and I got them to pause the legislation. Half of that document's already been rewritten.
Right.
So,
and I've been talking with Arcadia as well, and there were some changes that were made that were even worse than the maintaining that authority stuff. Like we were no longer law enforcement officers. We weren't able to adjust times. The prisoners were no longer able to file authority conduct reviews. Stuff like that has gotten fixed, but they are going to maintain the hierarchy of authority. And Arcadia said she wants to have a sit down with the marshals, myself, and the DOJ to kind of discuss it. But I'm going to be honest, that is a red line for me, Nino. If the marshals maintain both the ability to push forward a state of emergency and take over the prison regardless, and maintain blanket ultimate authority that is outside of their constitutional mandate of oversight, that is not authority, that is oversight that they are given in the Constitution. So I will be fighting this in every single way. I already have 50 signatures if they tried to do the, like, push through the new legislation, but
it's
they
gonna
said,
fuck them,
Yeah, so
I support you. I fully support you. I will be transparent with you. Like I said, half that entire document has been resolved. There has been a lot of trust me, bro, in there, but I have been coming back with suck my dick, bro, because I've dealt with Direct the Ranger. I've dealt with the previous marshals. I've seen how bad power can get abused. And I want you to understand that I am not looking to tear them down. Everyone needs to stay in their lane. We have a constitution for a reason, right? People cannot, whether it's me, whether it's a justice, whether it's you, should never be able to and cannot be operating based on how they feel, what their politics are. These laws are in place for us to follow. And that means everyone's got to follow it. I just think that there's a lot of political push taking place. And I want to say that the way that you told the story is very different from what I've been hearing.
Well, I mean, I'm telling you my perspective. Okay, so when I got suspended, I provided a 2-page summary statement of what happened, what steps I took, everything with the Matt Colby situation. I followed SOPs. I followed. How in the world am I supposed to anticipate 6 people with guns showing up when nobody warns me? I have no information that's giving me any sort of insight. I ask my department to help me, and they're too busy doing security work. All 10 of them standing in a circle. I tried, Nino. I really tried to not have this happen. And it's just, I'm a victim of circumstance in this. And look, I don't want to dwell on the past, and I don't want to, seem like I'm bashing other people in any of this. I want to move forward in a way that benefits us all and work in tandem, right? Because I think the marshals can support and enable us to do some really cool stuff. But I also think that if unchecked, a rookie marshal can come in and bark orders at us on day one right now.
Correct.
Or if we have an internal DOC, they are completely above me. And I can't do anything.
It doesn't make any sense because there creates a natural, how do I put it? There becomes a natural conflict of interest because because they want the marshals to be a investigatory force. The DOC, your mandate is based on corrections.
Right.
And so how are you going to be operating on the mandate of corrective measures and, and doing what you need to do to keep things tidy inside when your bosses may want you, like, putting your finger up their butt to see if there's a cell phone, just cause. What are you going to do then, right?
Well, right now I have to do anything they tell me. They say jump, I say off what bridge? I mean, I don't get much choice. And look, I feel like one of the last straws in all of this was when we were looking for Matt Colby, right? We're trying to get information from people, from all of our sources.
I want to ask you some clarifying because I have had some problems based on what I heard. And I want you to be truthful with me here, Scotty.
I will. Yeah, I got nothing to hide.
Did you bring Matthew Colby out to his friend by yourself?
No. I brought Aoife with me. It was a 2-to-1 ratio. I had a member of DOC. Yep. I also called Peach, Opal, Bobby, and Helen. All asked them for assistance. They all said no. No.
Did you 311?
I 311. I told everybody what I was doing.
I will say, and this is my opinion, right? Is that action I think was rather foolish, and I'm surprised you're not fired for it. Now I say that out of like nothing personal, right?
No, I hear you. Yeah. I'm not.
And that I think the reasonable approach there would have been you should be able to you should have been able to contact Blaine County Sheriff's Office that operates here, and you should have gotten the assistance, because an inmate a lifer is being taken out of prison, and that for the security and sanctity of San Andreas and Blaine County, that police escort was provided, right?
Right.
And if they did not fulfill that, that is on them, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah. Look, hindsight. Look, there's better stuff I could have done.
absolutely, I'm always transparent. You know what I mean? I don't,
Yeah, no,
so that you
I
know that
appreciate
I'm not
that,
just
yeah.
glazing you up here.
No, I appreciate
But there's
that,
the
yeah.
next thing, though, is that I'm now hearing for the first time that you're telling me the police department didn't fucking put a warrant out
No.
and kept you in the fucking
Oh
dock.
wait, hold on. No, I there's actually another thing that I skipped.
Yeah.
Matt, he pinged me and left clues and called me from payphones, and I had locations on him. I believe 5 times. I 311 and 911 all
yeah.
of those.
Yeah.
And I received assistance 1 of those times.
So this does point at a grander issue that I'm trying to solve in the LSPD. And I've been very blunt about this when I talk to Moss, because my expectation is that if law enforcement in the LSPD is not operating with public safety first, where they see something like that or evidence of a murder, and you're instead more interested in hog chasing then those people should not be law enforcement. Well, I'll take that back. Command should have that in their head, right? Like PD command, where they see it and they're like, you know what, that hostage, get him out. We need to go to this thing, because they have a brain that says this is a child killer with bodies on their hands, escaped from prison. There's information about it. This is more important than a Fleeca bank, right? The problem is that mental is missing, right? It's like...
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah,
Well, and then, there was the whole situation where some of the DOC were trying to track down
I
Matt
don't know how
because we
to
had some
say this,
leads,
but it's like an
and,
RP issue, in my opinion.
Carmine, look, I love Carmine. But sometimes Carmine gets a little overzealous.
That's the
and maybe
challenge
one of
when it's
those.
come to a lot
He
of the constitutional
asked them to kind of
shit
go
and
undercover
things like this.
and just see if they could get some info.
Because it's hard to be like, when you skip that, it's bad role play,
5 different
in my
cops
opinion.
came to me telling me they wanted
But it's hard to talk about it.
on my
I see,
people
right?
for,
When you're
getting
ignoring
involved.
terrorism and all
the
kinds of shit like
marshals,
that.
2 of them came at me saying,
Yeah.
they really should give obstruction. That's entrapment. You know what I mean? And so I worry that the whole thing is the authority. I just worry that giving them all of this leeway to just, big dick us, right? That why wouldn't they? It sounds fun. So, I don't know. That's basically where it stands, and that's kind of what I got going on.
Look, I have my concerns about how certain things were handled, and fundamentally it is my problem, right? San Andreas has been, is in my, it's my purview. It's, public safety is my job.
Sure.
And if law enforcement is not operating in a way that puts public safety first, there's an issue there, right? But in the same vein, I also recognize that just philosophically, DOC operating under the marshals is just cooked of an idea. I think it's attempting to fix a problem instead of thinking about it more holistically, right? I know that they want you guys being their foot soldiers on things. That scares the shit out of me. I'm gonna be honest.
Come on, we got class 2s, Nino. We're capable.
Yeah, except when, but it's not that I don't think DOC is good. I hope nobody
I don't
gets
think
that.
way. No, I get what you're
It's more like I've seen history of jurisdictional problems over the last 6 months. The moment you have DOC that aren't prepared for being cops effectively,
Yeah.
and are just told to do something right then and there, they're going to fail as a consequence of not doing it every day and making the mistakes on smaller scenes and learning from it. Instead, I fear that what's going to happen is DOC, like, recruits in these ops are going to make a mistake and they are going to get lambasted to no end. You get what I mean? Like, and that's what scares me. Like, where you now have, like, LSPD, BCSO, the criminal screaming at a DOC person that's never been screamed like that before, being dragged into fucking court and being put on the fucking stake. Right?
No, Nino. Okay, no, I gotta push back on at least that last little bit. Look, we could make mistakes out there, and you know, I think we definitely should walk before we run on stuff like that.
Yeah.
But we get plenty of smoke in the prison. Are you kidding me? We get stabbed about 4 times a day each, and people complain, "Oh, you shot me with a stun gun 1 rung up a ladder." So I mean, yeah, we get stuff like that all the time.
Listen to me, you fucking prick bastard.
Oh
when I'm telling you, you know what I'm saying? Like that.
You gave me solitaire for 20 minutes and you didn't give me food. It's like,
you know
you're
what? Fair
fine.
enough. I was trying to act, by the way. I wasn't trying to actually yell.
No,
you know,
I know. That was actually good. You sounded like fun. But yeah, look, we'll get it all sorted. I'm not sweating it, and I got no problems with anybody. And obviously, I want to come out on the other side still in the good graces of the marshals and the DOJ. I just don't want to get to a spot where things go south because of this weird power dynamic thing. And I just want the DOC to be given the opportunity to flourish and grow as a department without feeling like somebody's breathing on your neck constantly.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I mean, the marshals got to get their shit going before. You know, there's a lot of running and attempting to solve problems instead of thinking. You know, your prison. Listen, Matthew Colby situation was a negative reflective on every branch of government, stemming from lack of communication. I wasn't even told about half this shit, right? There was tanks on the street, and they didn't want to like let the public know, like that. You know, they can't just take that shit out either. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
well, and then the last thing, last night when they brought Matthew Colby back, they let him into the prison and uncuffed him. Didn't say anything to DOC, didn't check in with us or anything.
What?
They just tossed him. You ever order DoorDash
Why
and do
are
no
people
contact
not
delivery?
communicating?
They did no contact delivery on a child killer. I mean, college students or whatever. But you know, to do you ring the doorbell and throw him in? That's crazy.
Oh my fucking God. Hey, by the way, that guy, you know, hey, he's back in the prison.
He had a phone in 30 seconds.
Oh my God. That's just cooked. It's what needs to happen. And look, I'm doing what I can on the LSPD side of things. I'm convinced Blaine County's cooked for life, right? But I will tell you that for what it's worth, I am fighting the legislative battle for every organization's proper authority as mandated in the Constitution. I am doing what I can when I do have these, that I'm not trying to take people's pie. I want you to have your pie, you know, and own that shit. You know what I mean? Like, look, and that from the LSPD side of things, I am pushing for higher accountability. So I will do what I can. I think I'm going to start setting up LSPD. Give me like a week or two, because there's some changes that are happening, right? Okay. Pretty drastic ones. And once we're over that hurdle, I think a part of what the expectation is that high command meets with DOC on a weekly or bi-monthly basis so that we're getting used to what communication looks like.
Yeah.
And so it becomes more natural, you know what I mean? Because if the warden calls, it should be like a justice called. Or if the warden calls or 311s, it should be like the chief of police is asking for something, right? Like, it's serious shit.
Yeah. I've been saying that. Well, look, and I want to say all this too, that I am not above accountability. And I know that, you know, some of this is a little like lash out on, you know, facing consequences, getting suspended. I'm fine with them suspending and investigating.
I don't believe that for a second, but yeah.
Well, look, I screwed up. I should have waited until more people were available to help me.
Listen, what's done's done, brother. You don't have to explain
right.
yourself. Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying that in the future, I am still fine with people holding accountability and oversight and all of that. And I expect to be held accountable, and I expect all of my people to be held accountable. And I'm not doing any of this to try to escape that. I am simply just trying to, I don't want to be a guest in our own home. That's all.
Yeah. No, I can tell. I can definitely recognize that. Trust me, I see pre-crying all the time. I'm very good at detecting it, and I know that what you're putting forth is extremely rational and fair, right?
Okay. Well, I appreciate you saying that.
Yeah.
Well, we'll figure it out, Nino. And I still want to turn the prison into
Foxconn.
like a semiconductor. Yeah, semiconductor thing. I still want to do the China thing you were talking about.
Hell fucking yeah. She.
All right. Well,
all right.
You're a busy guy. Let you get it back to whatever the mayor stuff is. And
if you ever want to chat, you let me know. And I mean this, and I told this to Arcadia earlier too. If the police department, the LSPD, is causing you problems, will not communicate, I am the person you need to reach out to because I have the power to change it.
Okay. Yeah,
right?
That's
Because
good to know.
If the warden is calling me and you're like, yo, LSPD doesn't give a fuck when all this shit happened, well, what I would do is I would say, Moss, Peters, Warden, we need this meeting today, right? I'm not doing this like email this and this, that. No, we're having it today, right? The problem is today.
Yeah.
We're going to converse. We're going to find what happened from all parties. We're going to find a way forward. And if it's big enough and it becomes pattern enough, well, that tells me that I need to make some changes, right? And I will tell you that at least the chief of police is on that page, right? And there
Look,
is.
and I know that I had like an initial little run-in with the whole Moss thing when she got picked, but she's been great. I mean, she from the perspective of the DOC, she was looking for what we needed and checked in with us, and I mean, I got nothing bad to say.
Yeah, no, totally. Moss is a lot of people question why I keep Moss as the chief, but they don't see what's happening on the inside, right? She is probably one of the only people that's willing to hear the crying, the bitching, the bullshit, and thrives through it. You know what I mean?
Oh, God, yeah. Anytime you're on top of stuff, you get a lot of that. That's for sure. Somebody was complaining to me about how much they complain, and it's like, at what point does the chain stop? I mean, you're just complaining. Now I'm complaining about them complaining about complaining. I'm doing it too.
I need food.